if you are a DA player or play for a high-level team, top team in Arizona, and you don't have a go-to move, if you don't have several of them, your coach failed you, your club failed you, you failed yourself, you need to fix that. What would you do? Let's just assume we're talking to attacking players. What would you do if you're trapped in the corner by two people? How do you get out? What if you're in a 1v1 situation on the right side and you have to beat that player to get across? And what move would you do? What about the left side? What about central? What would you do? If you honestly can't think of a go-to move that would work every time, huge success rate, that's a problem. So really think about that. If you don't know what to do in that situation because you're not comfortable with the ball or you just don't have a move to do, you need to fix it, find a go-to move, practice it, which can take years, by the way. It takes months to learn a move that's effective and be able to translate it into a game. That's how hard it is to learn different movements with the ball. So many components that are involved to make that happen, to get your brain to get your body to function a certain way that's different than the norm. It takes forever. So think about it. If you don't have a go-to, what would you do if you're playing right back and you have four players around you? I remember I was at the Arsenal game. I was in Birmingham, England, and I was watching Arsenal play Aston Villa at Aston Villa. And Aston Villa was obviously the weaker team and, heavily, they didn't have that many international players. They don't have the budget Arsenal does, but Arsenal is heavy international. Every time a player got the ball for Aston Villa, Arsenal had four players around them. Four players. They didn't have time to breathe. They couldn't connect passes. They couldn't get out of tough situations. They have major problems in those situations. I mean, what are you preparing for? What would you do if there's four players around you in a 10 by 10 area and there's no one to combine with? How do you get out? There's a way out. Have you tried to get out? Have you ever had chance to play in a game and try to get out of those situations, to think on your own? You're going to run into a situation where the opposition is going to present defensive tactics to make it miserable for you. That's easy to teach, defensive tactics, to cause pressure because it doesn't require the ball. It's going to happen. Are you able to get out? Are you preparing for those situations? And you're probably not. Are the coaches preparing you for that? No, they're not. They're typically, they teach you tactics. You got to get this on your own. Get to YouTube, play with older players that can do it. You're going to have to get this information fast because when it comes, and it's horrible. It's a horrible experience. It's not fun because then you realize you're not good enough. Been there. I was the top player in Arizona. I was state champion for Cisco, and then we went to Dallas Cup, and then we played Taiwichi and Taiwichi Soccer Club, and back then in 1993, they were the team to beat. And of course, we got matched up with them in the super group, and we lost 10-0. I kid you not. I think I touched the ball maybe twice, and I kicked like 8 Taiwichi people. I just kicked them because I couldn't do anything else. I pushed them down, kick them, foul them. They were all about 5'4", it seemed, and you couldn't get the ball from them. Their technique was amazing. And of course, we came up with excuses like we all do, and parents especially. They were older. They had illegal papers, and they doctored their documents. It doesn't matter. We were U19. It doesn't change the fact, whether they're 21, 22, illegally there. They're better. And I've never gotten that. I didn't get that technique till I was in my 30s when it was too late. But that's what you experience. And then you realize, you know what? You are not that good. you are average and you can't compete with the rest of the world. And that's what you're heading to. You better learn technique now. So hopefully there's 3-year-olds listening to this podcast. If you're just in diapers, you have time. Start working on your technique right now. Goodbye.
The podcast you just heard was recorded with Anchor. If you want to make your own, download the Android or iOS app completely free from anchor.fm/podcast. That's anchor.fm/podcast.